Hi viewers, this is Dr. Patil here, and with me I have Dr. Vivek Shirol, who scored a rank of around 13 or 14 with his score of 300 out of 400 for the NEET SS. Welcome, Shirol. How are you feeling today?
Yes, sir.
You must be feeling on top of the world, like you literally own your dream today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It is
Okay.
definitely a dream come true, sir, to read, to study medicine under your guidance. Your medicine videos were really very helpful. And the way you make those complex things simple and explain it to us, it is really good, sir. It
Okay,
really helped me how to approach those questions of medicine for gastroenterology part.
so when did you start preparing for your entrance examination?
Sir, actually, I passed out from my PG in 2019, sir. But I had no orientation at that time. So I thought, anyways, I have read medicine for 3 years. I thought I'll make it in that only. So I just bought a few guidebooks from here and there, and I thought I'll make it. But I last year I got a very horrible rank. It was almost it was 840 in gastroenterology,
Yes.
which is my dream branch, and I was devastated. So I was like, no, this is not going to help. So I was searching for platforms which will help me in giving a direction, because knowledge is anywhere there, sir,
Yeah.
when we do our PG. But how to tackle those questions and how to answer those, rule out those options and answer can be given only by a trusted platform. And PrepLadder was really awesome in that. With you and Dilip sir's videos, uh, uh, analyzing each problem, how to approach it. There's so many YouTube videos also, sir. Whatever you uploaded, I used to religiously watch them and try to gain as much as possible.
Okay. What made you
So
choose gastroenterology?
dedicated preparation I started from last year's, after the last year's rank.
So you think 1 year is adequate time if you had done a reasonable good work on your subject in your PG?
Yes, sir. 1 year time is more than enough, sir. I was even working as the assistant professor in Department of General Medicine in JNMC Belgavi here.
Yeah,
So
easy place.
our faculty were very helpful, and they gave me enough time to read. And they generously gave me leave also in the last 4 months. So till then I was working and reading, and then after that I took all full-time leave and started preparing for this seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I think preparing during the COVID wave was probably the very difficult task, managing the work and managing the.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was quite difficult because everyone was getting affected with COVID every year and year one, and we had so many hectic COVID duties also. So it was a little difficult, but somehow, even in a day, at least if we remove at least 2 to 3 hours in such hectic time, then it is worthwhile to prepare seriously, sir.
What made you choose gastroenterology as your dream branch?
Sir, actually, I always wanted to take up an interventional branch as my super specialty. In during PG days, I was not so much oriented, but after that, I saw a few of my seniors and our senior faculty in our college, gastroenterology faculties. So
Your
I
Professor
started
Santosh
getting inspired after actually passing out from that college, and then I developed a passion for this gastroenterology, and I started preparing for it, sir.
Okay. So what were your source of preparation? I mean, yeah, you did tell me about how PrepLadder made a difference to you. Other than that, did you go through the Harrison in entirety or you read it selectively? Because that is one mammoth task. Now that the next
Yes,
generation of students are preparing for an entirely medicine-based exam, they're quite confused. Can we complete Harrison? Should we do a deep dive or read it superficially? So what is your take on that?
yes, sir. Now, this one thing may be a little offbeat, sir, what I'm going to say. Uh, but I, sincerely speaking from my heart, I have not touched Harrison after passing out from my PG, and I have neither read whole Schlesinger cover to cover. I have actually seen almost all of the toppers videos, sir, whichever were uploaded on PrepLadder Super Speciality channel. It actually helps in gaining good points for our strategy building and all. So most of them, they said that they read Harrison and whichever specialty book cover to cover. But when I personally picked up those books, voluminous books, I felt that it is not going to happen in my case. So instead of that, I religiously dedicated myself in watching all your videos. And then after that, I solved multiple questions, MCQ questions. Almost, I must have solved almost 80% of the question bank of PrepLadder. And I had a few guidebooks from here and there. So, and I had joined many Telegram groups. Whoever was posting medicine questions, I used to go on solving them. So that's how I started gaining a hand in those chapters of medicine and gastro. So I just want to tell that it is not necessary to completely devote ourselves to those books page by page, cover to cover, because we don't understand what is actually required from each page, what is necessary, and what to remember and what not. That direction can be given only by a platform. I'm really thankful to you for that direction, which helped in coming here.
Yeah, see, that's very important. I think you highlighted a very important point. Until and unless we start solving MCQs, we will not really understand what is expected of us from particular chapter or topic. So once you start solving MCQs, you start noticing, yeah, this is a point. This can be molded in this format to ask as an MCQ. And generally,
Yes, sir.
you will retain more the points that you learned through MCQs than the points that you learned by reading. That is a very valid point. And were you giving mock examinations before the main test?
Yes, sir. I have given at least 9 or 10 mock prep tests which were being uploaded. I have given them all the things, and whichever question I used to make mistake, I have bookmarked them and I had kept them for the last day revision. So whichever points we actually make mistakes, those we actually remember better. So it was a good thing to give prep tests and bookmarking the wrong answers.
Okay, so your mock results were consistently good from the beginning, or you started noticing that you are
No, sir.
progressing?
No, sir, they were not at all good in the beginning. I used to come in the bottom half initially. So gradually, when I progressed through the time, I started coming in the upper half. So, but I never was in top 10 or to be sincere. So never in top 10, either in top 20, I suppose. But it was a good experience giving those questions and tests.
Okay, so good to know. Now, what is the plan? Which institute you're planning to choose?
Sir, at my rank, I think I may get SGPGI Lucknow. But again, it is plus minus. I don't know whether I'll get or no. So first I'll put this SGPGI. Then after that, I'm a little confused between SMS Jaipur or BHU Varanasi, and then CMC Vellore. In these options, I think I'll get one seat. Sir.
I think you have to probably also take into account the bond and the duration of the bond.
Yes, sir. Bond.
That is one additional
Bond issue.
factor.
Yes, sir.
I think all the three centers are really good when it comes to gastro. CMC Vellore is top of the notch when it comes to interventional branches. They are spearheading various newer interventions in the country. So is SGPG and even SMS Jaipur. Probably the deciding factor probably would be the bond, I guess, in all SS spaces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. PM bond is that we have to consider.
Would you like to share some preparation tips for the next batch of students who are going to face their entrance exam in another 4 or 5 months from now? Most of them are confused. What do we do? Because we have only 4 or 4.5 months. Unlike the previous exam, which was quite stretched, that there were definitely
Yes,
challenges on the previous examination. Uncertainty was there about the date as well as the format. That is more confusing. The current batch is clear. What is the format is well known, but the time that they have and the format, they don't match easily. Right? So literally getting every question from medicine and that to 150, they're a little worried. So what is the suggestion that you would like to give to them?
Sir, my suggestion now for the upcoming NEET SS, I think it would be better to stick to general medicine only. If they are starting now, then it is difficult to really go through Harrison page by page, cover to cover. So MCQ solving would be a very great strategy, because the way we solve the MCQs, how much time we take for each question, and the key words which are put in each MCQ, that makes a very great impact on clinching the diagnosis. So more and more MCQs are required to be solved. And anyways, sir, your videos and Dilip sir's videos are a must now, because the pattern is reverted back to 100% general medicine. So I think with these two things, the strategy is simple and straight. Just concentrate on general medicine now, and dedicate 60-40 time for videos, and then MCQs. We cannot ignore either of them.
Yeah.
So this strategy should work up. And just making our notes, because whenever we make our own notes, I feel we are able to retain more.
True.
That's how I did.
Yeah, I mean, that is beyond.
And even I think PrepLadder has come up with their own notes. So I think that would also be a great help.
Yeah.
So that is a new addition.
I would like to have your view on one more thing. See, now students are also confused whether my approach should be a hybrid, INI SS plus the NEET SS, or just go behind one, just go behind INI SS or go behind the NEET SS. Now that the format is going to change, like if you were a current set of student, what you would have done? You would have tried to do a hybrid of both, or just stick to one part.
I think considering the amount of time which is left now, as it is quite less, around 4 to 5 months. So I think it would be better to stick to one approach. Trying to sail in both the boats, I think I don't know where it will lead us. So if I was there, then for me, I would have chosen to stick with NEET, because there are more number of seats with very good institutes and more chances here. So it would be better to, but anyways, if they are confident of cracking it either ways, then that should also work out. But my personal opinion, I think for this exam, one approach should be definitely.
I think one last question. If someone is preparing for the,
yes,
let me tell you that here is a student who is preparing for the INISS. Okay, so in the previous batch, there was no such distinction, because you had questions coming from the core specialty and the general medicine. So let us say if someone is preparing for INISS, would you recommend them to go through one notch above the Schlesinger and Fortran's and review the recent review articles, or just stick to standard source?
No, sir. That was the mistake that even I did, and it cost me the seat of INI thing. They tend to ask questions from review articles of journals, major journals. So I think it would be better to just go through them if time permits. But first, our base should be strong anyways. So after that, then for polishing, it is definitely recommended to go through the articles, because there were questions which were directly picked up from journals and articles, and because of those questions I was not aware of them, I didn't even qualify for the INISS, but it should be done, I feel.
Okay, good. So I think my batch of students got to learn a lot from you, and you gave them the very, very valuable insights into exam preparation. So I'm really thankful for you, and also really greatly happy for you, because guys, Vivek shares my native place. So we both are from the same place, and he really makes me proud, and my native place, which is Belgavi, Karnataka, very, very proud. Kudos to you, Vivek. Great achievement, really.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Pleasure is mine to be talking to you, sir. Seeing all those toppers interview, I dreamed of talking to you. Now it is finally done.
Yeah, we will be in touch with each other. I think we'll continue to learn. The process of medicine is a very continuous process. We'll continue to learn and grow. Be in touch with all of us, and also be in touch with our batch of students and help them flourish in their dreams. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.